In life, there are big deals and little deals, and we can help kids start to figure out the difference. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Brett Pearce, child psychologist, and I am here today to talk with you, or to share with you a technique that I use, if you really want to call it that, to help kids start to figure out for themselves and to check inside themselves whether or not something that's going on is really that big of a deal. And so I've brought two of my friends here today, and then they will be joining us here shortly. Effectively, the idea is to talk about things that are big deals and little deals, because it's a really quick and easy way for little kids and maybe even, fully grown up kids to learn how to check inside themselves and to slow down and wonder about what's really going on and whether or not we really want to invest a lot of energy and emotion into a given issue. So, without further ado, we will first introduce you to my first friend, the Big Deal Dragon. He looks a little awkward right now, but he's a puppet. So, this is the Big Deal Dragon. Everyone has a big deal dragon, just like everyone has a little deal dragon. And the big deal dragon, who probably sounds like everything's a big deal, something like that, his job, her job, whichever, is to tell you that everything's a big deal. For example, oh my gosh, I'm almost out of gas and I gotta stop and fill my tank up on my way to work and I'm gonna be 5 minutes late because of that. That's a big deal. Oh my gosh. And the big deal dragon's job is to kind of hang out and tell you that everything's a big deal. Oh my gosh, my mom said no, you can't have any ice cream tonight because you didn't finish all of your dinner. That's a huge big deal. Oh my gosh, what do I do? I'm gonna be horrible and miserable and she's really super big and mean. That sort of thing. And then, if I can get him on here, we have the little deal dragon. And everyone has a little deal dragon, but the tricky part about the little deal dragon is that he talks very quietly. He almost murmurs. And so you really have to slow down and listen to him. You really have to slow down because they're both talking to you. Can't really see it in the shot. They're both talking to you at all times. At all times. And the idea isn't to get rid of one or the other, but the fact that in the middle of them is you. And you are the one who gets to make the decision. Because when push comes to shove, these dragons, all they do is sit here and talk to you. They can't really do anything by themselves. They're just talking to you. You're the one always who makes the decision. And when kids are having a hard time with, big meltdowns and stuff, I'm going to start talking with my hands with puppets on. It's going to look strange. But when kids are having a hard time with having a lot of tantrums, temper problems, freakouts, things like that, and adults too, frankly, it's not that their little deal dragon went away exactly. It's just that their big deal dragon is so loud and they're so used to paying attention only to the big deal dragon that they forget that the little deal dragon is right here trying to say, hey, all right, so your boss had a talking to you over something. No big deal. We're going to learn and grow, and we'll make it better next time. So the real challenge is to try to help kids and ourselves slow down and remember to listen, hear what both of these dragons have to say, big deal dragon and little deal dragon, and remember that always you are the one who listens, You are the one who understands, and you are the one who decides. The point is not necessarily to say to the kid, hey dude, it's not a big deal, get rid of your big deal dragon, just stop it. That's not exactly the point. The point is more to say, let's slow down and listen and try to figure this out together. Oh, if you hear a jingling, it's my cat, and she's stayed very cleverly out of the shot. Although she's welcome to join us. Hello, Mecca. Hi. We'll see. So here's a quick example of an application that I see a lot of the time. When a kid is having a big tantrum, it usually doesn't do to try to do much in the way of guidance or instruction, particularly if it's a really bad one is what I meant to say. You can try to provide instruction and don't do this, and this is not a big deal, don't do that. Usually doesn't help. The kid usually isn't in a place where they can really hear you. It's more that once everything is over, we can kind of gently sit down and say, okay, dude, so let's talk about what was really going on for you, and let's talk about how we can turn a big deal into a little deal, because it is always our decision. And it's also good for us as adults to model for kids. Oh, here she is. Speaking of big deals, here's a cat. Oh, she's out of here. She was like, I don't think so. It is important for us adults, is what I was saying, to model for kids that we can kind of slow down and kind of listen and pay attention to what's happening inside of us and to kind of watch what our minds are doing. And we can remember that our minds can tell us all kinds of things, but we are the ones who choose basically what to believe, I guess. We choose what direction to go. We are the ones steering, not the big deal or the little deal dragon. Now, one question I get about this a lot, or comment when I'm helping kids and parents with this idea in my practice, is, well, let's get rid of the big deal dragon. Let's get rid of him. And I say, well, I'm with you that we probably don't often need to listen to the big deal dragon. We probably need to spend more time listening to the little deal dragon, because most things in life aren't that big of a deal. But what would happen if, suddenly here in my house where I'm filming this, if I smelled fire and there was smoke coming out of somewhere and it was clear that the house was on fire? Would I want to have a little deal about that? No, I would want the big deal dragon to be going, oh my gosh, this is a huge deal, act now, call the police, grab your cat, just get out of Dodge, call the fire department, and that would be pretty appropriate in that circumstance. So again, it is not so much that the big deal dragon is bad. It's just that the real issue is just that we sometimes forget that we can listen, and we get to choose which one of these to listen to. So thank you very much for listening. This is Dr. Brett Pearce, and we will see you in the next one.